Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the Bitcoin spot ETF and I'm going to be comparing it to buying Bitcoin normally to find out which one is better. Now by the end of this video you're going to understand everything you need to know about the Bitcoin ETF as well as buying Bitcoin normally so that you can find out which one's a better choice for you to buy. So let's start with an overview. The Bitcoin spot ETF is an investment vehicle that allows investors to gain exposure to the price movements of Bitcoin without actually owning or managing Bitcoin directly. The ETF holds Bitcoin as an underlying asset, and when an investor buys shares of a Bitcoin spot ETF, they are essentially buying shares of a fund that owns Bitcoin. This allows investors to gain access to Bitcoin without having to buy and store the cryptocurrency themselves. The ETF shares track the price of Bitcoin as closely as possible. The ETF securely holds Bitcoin in a secure digital vault, which registered custodians manage. The ETF then issues shares corresponding to a set number of Bitcoin it holds. But when you buy Bitcoin directly, you purchase and store the cryptocurrency yourself. This method requires a digital wallet and understanding of cryptocurrency exchanges. It allows for direct ownership and control over your Bitcoin. You can buy Bitcoin directly from certain wallet apps or through cryptocurrency exchanges that accept fiat currencies. Payment methods for purchasing Bitcoin commonly include bank transfer, credit or debit cards, and other cryptocurrencies. So what's the key differences between them? Start with ownership. When you buy Bitcoin directly, you have actual ownership of the Bitcoin. You control the private keys and have direct access to your Bitcoin. On the other hand, with a Bitcoin spot ETF, you own shares in a fund that holds Bitcoin. You don't directly own or control the Bitcoin. Another difference is storage. With direct Bitcoin ownership, you're responsible for storing the Bitcoin and ensuring its security. This typically involves using a digital wallet. In contrast, with a Bitcoin spot ETF, the ETF provider is responsible for the safe storage of the Bitcoin. Another difference is the access to traditional markets. A Bitcoin spot ETF can be bought and held on traditional stock exchanges, providing easier access for traditional investors, whereas direct Bitcoin purchases usually require the use of a cryptocurrency exchange. And finally, regulation. Bitcoin spot ETFs are regulated financial products which can provide additional investors protection. Direct Bitcoin purchases do not have the same level of regulation. So which one's safer? The level of safety between a Bitcoin spot ETF and buying Bitcoin directly can depend on various factors, including your comfort with the technology, understanding of cryptocurrencies, and risk tolerance. For the Bitcoin spot ETF, it might be considered safer for those who are not comfortable with the technology involved in buying and storing Bitcoin directly. The ETF is managed by professional fund managers and the Bitcoin is stored directly by the custodian. Additionally, ETFs are regulated financial products which can provide additional investor protection. Whereas if you're buying Bitcoin directly, this method requires a good understanding of how to buy and securely store Bitcoin. If you're comfortable with this, it can be a safe method. However, it does require more effort and technical knowledge compared to investing in a Bitcoin spot ETF. In both cases, it's important to remember that investing in Bitcoin, whether through an ETF or directly, involves risk due to the volatile nature of Bitcoin's price. So which is actually better? The choice between a Bitcoin spot ETF and buying Bitcoin directly depends on your individual circumstances, including your investment goals, risk tolerance, and technical expertise. Bitcoin spot ETFs might be a better choice if you prefer a more traditional and regulated investment vehicle, or if you're not comfortable with the technical aspects of buying and storing Bitcoin directly. ETFs also offer professional management and secure storage of Bitcoin by the custodian. On the other hand, buying Bitcoin directly might be a better choice if you want full control over your Bitcoin and are comfortable with the technology involved in buying and storing Bitcoin. Direct ownership allows you to use your Bitcoin for transactions which isn't possible with a Bitcoin ETF. It's always important to remember though that both methods involve risk due to the volatile nature of Bitcoin's price. Always do thorough research and consider seeking advice from a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. So this has been my video comparing Bitcoin ETF compared to buying Bitcoin normally. Hopefully now that you've watched this video you understand which one's a better choice for you to buy, and thanks for watching.